Well, hello. Welcome to my craziness. I thought I'd tackle a little dilemma that we've had, especially for you, about trying to move things. So, what I did here is I put up some SuperStrut on the ceiling. This way I can run it all the way across the garage. Now in yours, we'd run it from front to back so that you can lift it up to a table. Then as you can see here, I have a winch. And I put this on a trolley system so the whole thing will slide across the garage for me. Now in this case, I'm going to be testing out lifting the lawnmower. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light either. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on the table. This is just to show that you can actually lift this thing. Now what I also did is I got a little scale here. So once I put some weight on it, you should be able to see that the lawnmower is about 150 pounds with oil and roughly a half tank of gas in it. But either way, this is more than what you would want to lift by yourself. And you can see with this little system, it lifts quite easily. I can move it around, I can do whatever I want. Now I could go ahead and put it on the table, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and drop it down. Now, if this is too complex for what you would like for your shop, up here when I did the winch, I put in a double track. This way the winch, I can put on 4 trolleys and run it over the double track. Well, what we can also do, and what I did, is I can run a single trolley on this chain hoist. I have to go up there and remove my nut because the ceiling isn't exactly level here. So to prevent this from traveling on its own, I put a bolt up there. Then what I can do is first I have to drop the chain. And just to make it simple, I'm just going to pick it up from the weight. And here you can see I can do it even with the chain hoist. Now the chain hoist does take some effort. You have to move a lot of chain to get this thing to move just a little bit, but it can be done. And doing it that way, you only need a single track of the SuperStrut and only 1 trolley. Now this system here, the chain hoist, the hoist I got is a 1 ton. And it's overkill for what I'm going to do, but for anything I want, it'll work fine. Like I lifted the trailer up on the wall, I lifted the snowblower and stuff up onto some racks I built, and I did that with the chain hoist. And the trolley that's up there, if you can see the trolley, that's rated for 300 pounds, I believe it is. So that would be the weakest link in the whole system that I have. That turnbuckle that you see up there, or that shackle, that's rated for like 2,000 pounds. Everything here is overkill, but the smallest thing is a single trolley will hold 300 pounds. A bar of Unistrut holds like 1,200 pounds or something. Each one of those single brackets holds like 2,500 pounds. And a double bracket, which joins 2 pieces of Unistrut, holds in excess of 2,500 pounds. So the trolley is a single point in this chain hoist. The trolley right up there, which would be 300 pounds. But how much stuff are you going to lift that's more than 300 pounds? Well, having said that, let me spin the mower around because it's turning on me. Okay, having said that, the winch I got, let me zoom back out, is good for 1,500 pounds. Well, I attach 4 trolleys to that at 300 pounds each, so the trolley system on there is good for 1,200 pounds. So when I want to lift something heavier, I can run that system. Then what I got to slow this down, let's say that moving the winch up and down is too quick, too sudden for the movements. Well, I got another shackle here, and once you loop the main line back up to the winch, this will drop the speed of the winch in total to half speed. So it's more controllable. So this just gives some ideas of what I've been working on, and so far it's a pretty good system. Now, one thing I want to test, once I have the rest of this up, all of my SuperStrut is somewhat attached to the ceiling, but it's very loose. Only these 2 pieces over here are actually mounted tight and properly. You can see how I have the bolts going through them and everything so they don't spread. And it's on all the pieces. But once I have the whole system, I can slide anything on either side. Now what I want to do, once I have all of this SuperStrut fastened, is I want to pick up something heavier. Who knows, maybe my big snowblower, something of more weight, and I want to test and measure what the deflection of the ceiling is. Now, this garage is approximately 26 feet wide. And the main joists are 2x10s. And then I put 2x8s on top as sleepers in order to put the insulation in the attic. No big deal. But what I'm getting at is the main joists in here are 2x10s across the ceiling that are approximately 26 feet long. Well, you put any kind of weight on there and that's going to deflect the ceiling. Well, I want to measure how much deflection there is if I put, let's say, 500 additional pounds on there. Because worst case, what I can always do is make legs or stilts to put on either side of the SuperStrut, so if I lift something heavy, I can support the ceiling from the cement floor and put up legs or stilts to the ceiling to support the weight instead of the joist deflecting and potentially breaking with too much weight. Now, the same kind of thing we'd have to look at in your garage, because I think your trusses are made out of 2x4s, but they still span the entire width of the garage. So we'd have to look at what it can do for the deflection point. Because at least up here, if I'm pulling a load, since I have all of these braced to each of the joists going across, it helps to lend some strength as something is moving. Well, 2x10s are a lot stronger than 2x4s. So we'd have to think of something, maybe even legs or stilts, to support the ceiling when you're lifting something very heavy. But anyways, this is what I've been working on, and hopefully we can apply it to your garage. I have a whole bunch of extra pieces that I want to bring up to your place so we can fool around and mess with some stuff and just get some general ideas. So that's kind of what I've been thinking of, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.